just the crack epidemic when crack hit, and how it changed the trajectory of every of a lot of black families, man. You know what I'm saying? When a lot of black families had those warehouse jobs and those shipyard jobs, and getting the middle class money, and how those jobs shut down. It was almost like an agenda. How those jobs shut down brought everybody to poverty, and then crack hit to bring everybody mind off of the reality of what's going on, and just destroy the community. So you started gang banging at 16, then you got shot, right?
But I started gang banging at 16. 15, I was hanging out with the Crips. 16, I really got put onto the set to really start cripping. 16, 17, I got shot.
Let's talk about that. What um what went through your mind? You said it was at first it was just kind of like dress up, and it was like it really wasn't serious to you yet, because at that time it wasn't really a lot of shootings going on, right?
It wasn't a lot of shootings, but there was shootings happening. People was getting shot. More flesh wounds than bone breaking. More flesh wounds than murders.
Right, right.
Uh, I knew Ray Ray. I knew Arthur. I knew Big Red, David Calamafoni. I knew them all. I knew them personally before we was Crippin' or Bloods.
Okay, okay. And just for clarification, who are those brothers?
Ray Ray and Arthur, they was two of the first people killed from the Columbia Villa Crip gang. I think they died. It's both of them got killed at 17. Big Red was David Calamafoni. He was one of the original Bloods from Woodlawn Park, Bloods gang. And I went to school with David at Whitaker Middle School.
Okay. Yeah. So the reality is, when you got shot, um, how did that transpire? He was already on the set right now, and and so let's get into that.
Well, I want to say we was all 17 when we got shot, right? They got shot before I got shot. They all died. I got
Mm,
shot. I survived. So I was one of the first survivors of somebody I knew that had been shot.
mm,
Um, and then like I got shot on school ground, public school ground. One of the first school shootings before Columbine, or they had a shooting down in what is that? In you got Eugene and you got
yeah,
Corvallis.
Corvallis. Yeah,
Kip Kinko, I want to
yeah,
say his name was.
yeah, yeah.
I was one of the shootings before that. So I was one of the first school shootings in Oregon history.
Mm,
And I got hit in the leg, went through my artery, broke my femur, knocked my hip out of socket. I was in the hospital for approximately 2 weeks, and never walked the same after that. But I also had a gun on me when the shooting happened. You know, they found a gun on the playground after I got shot, and the rivals had left. I threw the gun, trying to get rid of the gun, but I did have a weapon on me as well.
mm. Okay. Um, and how did that impact you? Because um, you were also an athlete, right?
Yes,
So,
um, I lettered in three sports. Um, it affected me because I always thought I would be one of the people out of my crew that would go to college, play sports, and one day I had to come back and visit my friends who had quit school and were no longer a part of who weren't even looking forward to living a better life, or from my view they was ready to gang bang and ready to live die at any moment, sell cocaine or crack, rob for the rest of their life, from what I was seeing. And that when I got hit, I became the person I thought they was
mm,
at that moment. um, my only thought was revenge and get back. And from 1989 till shit, excuse me, till
go ahead.
probably 2000 and something, I had a whole mindset of pushing as much pain as I could push for my own selfish reasons because I felt like everybody that was a part of the gang culture deserved to go through some of the same things I had been through.
Mm, wow. So that shaped your whole worldview after that. Not just impacted physically, but really trauma
Mentally. I
mentally.
mean, like they say when you go through war, post traumatic stress. I was having post traumatic stress. Loud pops, cars backfiring.
Yeah.
Um, in my mind, I had been shot first. From here on out, I was going to shoot first and be sorry later on.
Mm, yeah. Yeah. Let's what first attracted you to the gangs? Like I knew the lifestyle of getting money was already in you, but when the gangs hit, what was attractive to you at that time?
Well, I was already an athlete, so I already liked the camaraderie. I liked it to be uh, with the fellas, whether it's a baseball team, football team, basketball team. Gangbanging was no different than being on a team. It was like playing a
Mm-hmm.
sport. You got the people that's going to be on the bench, and you got those going to be on the starting five.
Right.
I was going to be on the starting five. I was a starting five. You got the same accolades as you did from playing sports. The girls liked it. Only difference was gang banging to me was like being a professional athlete. I was getting paid for everything that was going on. There was not a time that I wasn't being paid for what I was doing,
Mm,
even if it meant the more clout you get, the more people want to support what you got going on. Even in the streets, same way.
right.
People want to give you money. They want to buy whatever you might be selling. They want to hang out with you, and it became um, a high of an attention high, as well as it was profitable. I was able to put money in my pocket. I had I had a moped when I was in the eighth grade. I had a car when I was a freshman in high school. I've been driving cars since I was 14, 15 years old. And gang banging just helped me get my first car, really. First car, because I was able to get the drugs from older homeboys because I was always on starting five. I was never one of those dudes that was just sitting on the bench. And everything I did it to the best of my ability. I can't think of nothing I ever did in my life that I didn't do to the best of my ability.
Mm,
So what drew me to it was one was camaraderie,
okay.
two was money. I lived with my grandmother. My parents were on drugs. I didn't like my grandmother having to work hard and take care of me. She was a woman. I consider myself a man. As a man, I should be able to take care of myself. That's the first part of being a man. Um, that's part of how we raised in our culture. Hey, you don't cry, you don't whine about it. Whatever's going on inside the home, you don't go tell what's going on inside our home. It's our family business.
Mm-hmm.
Next thing is you want to get some. You become a man. You go to work. You bring home you bring home the potatoes. You bring
Right.
So with grandma, it wasn't like I could give her no cash, but what I could do is take care of myself.
Okay.
So at some point, once the shooting started, I just had to tell grandma, like, listen, I'm not gonna be under your roof having you in jeopardy when I know that I'm living this lifestyle and I know I got enough money to take care of myself. And that was after I got shot. So I decided to just leave her house. So I left and then I got shot and I came back. And then as soon as I was able to walk again, I left again. But
Yeah.
the cash, the women, um, the attention is what drew me into gangbanging.
Mm. Um, let's rewind it a little bit because you said so you was mostly raised by your grandmother, right?
Yes.
What impact as a child did it have on you um not really having moms and pops just fully there like that in your life? What kind of impact did that have?
Uh, when I look back now, I would say it it had me with a cold heart
Mm.
because in my eyes, Wasn't nobody giving a fuck about me, so I wasn't giving a fuck about nobody.
Mm.
So it my thoughts and my views was always different than people around me, cousins, friends. They had their parents.
Mm.
I play along and nod my head with them, yeah, yeah, yeah. But the whole time I had some totally different thought in my mind on how my life was gonna go and what I was gonna do to make my life better. And at the end of the day, it was anybody was expendable to me that wasn't friends or family. If you didn't hadn't looked out for me, or you didn't have the best interest at heart for me, then I had no love for you at all.